Hello students, today we are going to study the lesson Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood by Anis Jung. We know that in the seasonal cycle of nature, spring is the season of bloom, the season of growth and abundance. In the same way, childhood is the stage of human life when we are blooming, we are growing, and we are full of energy and vitality. But here the spring is lost. It means that the lesson tells us about the stories of children who have lost their childhood because of different reasons. They are living their childhood in utter poverty and deprivation and under the conditions of exploitation, and that's why their childhood has been stolen from them. Let's begin the lesson by knowing the author first. The author is Anis Jung. She is an Indian writer, columnist, and a journalist. She was born in Hyderabad in an aristocratic, which means royal, family in the year 1944. Unveiling India, a book that was published in 1987, is her best known work. Here in this book, she has described the condition of women across India who live in an oppressive and exploitative state. The lesson that we are going to do as part of our syllabus is an excerpt from her book by the same name, titled Lost Spring Stories of Stolen Childhood, which was published in the year 2005. In this, she describes the conditions of children who are living in utter poverty and depravity. These children belong to the marginalized sections of society. This lesson is divided into two parts. Both the parts are accounts of two different boys, and these are real life accounts. These are not stories, these are not make believe stories. So, the first part of the lesson is about Sahib Alam, who is a poor rag picker, a boy who lives in Simapuri. And the title of this part is Sometimes I Find a Rupee in the Garbage. So, let's begin with the first part, which is about Sahib Alam. Here, Sahib's journey is from being a rag picker to being a tea stall boy. And we are going to do this in two different parts. First, we will learn about Sahib as a rag picker, and then we will learn about him as a tea stall boy. So, here we are going to start with Sahib as a rag picker. Sahib Alam. Sahib Alam is a poor boy who is involved in rag picking. He lives in Simapuri, which is a place in Delhi. The name of Sahib Alam means Lord of the Universe, and it's very ironical because there is a dichotomy between the literal meaning of his name and his own reality. Literally, he is the Lord of the Universe, while in reality, he is a poor rag picker who struggles for his very survival. His family migrated to Simapuri from Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. They migrated to Delhi in 1971 when their homes and fields were swept away by storms. People like him came to big cities like Delhi in search of livelihood. Sahib and other children of Simapuri appear barefoot on the road every morning with a plastic bag hanging over their shoulder. They scrounge through garbage in the hope of finding something valuable. Garbage to them is gold. Why? Because garbage is the means of their livelihood and therefore survival. So it's valuable and precious to them just as gold is to anyone else. For children like Sahib, garbage means more than just a means of survival. For adults, garbage is a means of survival, but for children like Sahib Alam, it is something that has wonders hidden in it because they never know what is it that they are going to find in the garbage. So it is wrapped in wonder. Sahib has no school in his neighborhood, in his locality that he can attend, and so he does not go to school. One day, the author Anis Jung meets Sahib, who is carrying a steel canister with him. Sahib tells her that he has started working at a tea stall. Now, Sahib the rag picker has become Sahib the tea stall boy. What changes has occurred in him? Let's find out. Sahib has started working at a tea stall. Now he is getting a monthly remuneration of rupees 800 on all his meals. He has to carry a steel canister with him instead of the plastic bag that he used to carry earlier. He has lost his carefree look because he is not his own master anymore. He has lost his freedom. Earlier, he was free, he was his own lord, he was his own master, and that's why the plastic bag that he used to carry it with ease and freedom. But now the steel canister seems so heavy because he is working under someone else, and this someone else is the owner of the tea stall. Let's now learn about the place Simapuri. It's an important part of the lesson. Simapuri is the place where poor children like Sahib Alam live. Simapuri is described as the place on the periphery of Delhi and yet miles away from it metaphorically. What does it mean? It means that though Simapuri exists at the outskirts of Delhi, but the living conditions here are so poor that it does not look like it belongs to the mega city, the capital city of Delhi, which is a symbol of development and progress. Squatters from Bangladesh, which means illegal migrants from Bangladesh. Squatters means illegal migrants. They came here in 1971 and they earned their livelihood by way of rag picking. Simapuri has been described as a home to 10,000 rag pickers. Now, it's not necessarily the same number in 2020 as well, but when the book was published in 2005, it was roughly 10,000. The houses in which these people live are structures of mud. They are not pakka houses, they are structures of mud with roofs of tin and tarpaulin. There are no amenities, no facilities for these people. There is no sewage, no drainage, no running water. They live in a very primeval state. They do not even have identities, they do not have any identification because they are illegal migrants, but they do have their ration cards through which they can get their ration, and also through these ration cards they have got their voter cards, their voter identity cards as well, because it's a political thing and they are part of the vote bank. So they have got their ration cards and they have got their names on the voter list as well, but they have no identity. They have nothing to prove that they belong to the place or the country. That's all about part 1. See you with part 2 soon. Thank you.